Do you like it when I limit your speed limit on the freeway so that you can't go too fast?
Like it?
It is an option though, so that's a good thing from a dad's point of view.
But yeah, no, I don't like that. But I love the Model 3. I do like the size, but to be quite honest, I love how big and spacious that the Model Y is. I really, really like that. Today, we have an exciting video for you. We are comparing a Model Y to a Model 3, and you might remember our friend Matt, who we've made quite a few videos with in the past.
As you know, your Model 3, the main key is going to be your phone.
Matt's Tesla story is one of the best you'll ever hear. In 2013, he became one of the first people in the world with a Model S P85.
4 years later, I still get in this car, and I come back from a trip from the airport, I get in the car, I'm like, this thing is awesome. I mean, I've never had a car where I wasn't sick of it after 4 years. Like, I'm like ready to move on.
Matt has gone on to become a 5-time Tesla owner, taking delivery of one of the first Model 3s in the world in early 2018, before trading that in for this Performance 3, later buying another 3 for his daughter, which he recently traded in for this 7-seat Model Y.
So this is the 7-seater version. And I just wanted to have that flexibility. If there's 3 couples going out to dinner, you know, I'm not going to be doing 8-hour road trips with 6 people or 7 people in the car. But if I want to go to dinner or drive down to the airport and have to throw somebody in the back or extra kids.
So there's not a ton of room for my feet right now. Does this go up more? This might go up a little more.
It does, yeah.
Which would give my feet a little more room.
At the expense of room here, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you do lose it there, but
Okay.
you have enough room.
So if this is up, I can fit my feet under here. It's not too bad. I'm not very tall though. I'm like barely 5'5".
It's the same thing. It's tight. It's nothing I'm going to go do a 6-hour road trip in, but I'm perfectly comfortable to go to the restaurant, you know, or run, you know, over to the school or around town or something like that. So it's perfectly suitable, you know, and the compromise would be, you know, you have to get a car that's a foot longer to get sort of the space, and that sort of defeats a little bit of the purpose of the smaller, you know, the smaller car in that regard.
Right.
But, you know, I mean, I'm roughly 5'10", 5'11". You know, I don't have really long legs, but I'm perfectly comfortable in here.
It took a little while to get the 7-seaters, you know. It's probably the only bummer is you can't get the performance version.
From the outside, the differences between the Model 3 and Y seem negligible. The Y being just 2 inches longer, 3 inches wider, and its biggest edge is its 7-inch height advantage. And the price? It's only marginally different. Look closer though, and you'll see why Elon thinks the Model Y is destined to be the world's best-selling car. The top 3 things, like why to get a Y? Why to get a Y?
Why to get a Y? Well, it's interesting. We recently had this conversation because I got my brother-in-law to get a Model Y, and my other brother-in-law, they decided to kind of save the money and get the Model 3, which I told him, I said, it's an excellent choice. And if you're just going back and forth to work and you don't need the extra space, and you know, there is a little bit of a monetary difference, so if you want to save a little bit of money, it's kind of a win-win. I generally prefer the Model Y, personally. So if money isn't an issue, and you like the extra space, I prefer the Model Y.
For that $4,000 spread, you lose about 25 miles of range. But what you get back is not only the best bang for your buck, but quite possibly the best car in the marketplace. You gain access to 2 additional seats, a whopping 3 times more cargo capacity, and a 0 to 60 that rivals some supercars. This is probably the best time to tell you that we've teamed up with Charity Stars, a fundraiser supporting an incredible charity. Donate as little as $10 and get a chance to win a 2022 Performance Model Y. And the best part is, they'll pay the taxes and shipping for you if you're in the US. You'll get specs comparable to the Audi R8, a $200,000 car. The Performance Model Y gets a 0 to 60 of 3.5 seconds, almost 500 horsepower, and over 300 miles of range. Donations are benefiting the Jamie Kimball Foundation for Courage, whose mission is to create a future without intimate partner violence. The cool part about this charity is that not only do they pay the taxes and shipping, but the winner also gets $10,000 cash. To enter the sweepstakes, visit CharityStars.com/KimJava and use coupon code KimJava to get 100 free entries on any purchase. Or click the link in the description and the free entries will be applied automatically.
I did get the performance upgrade though. It comes as 0 to 60 in 4.8, and you can spend the $2,000 and get the performance upgrade to get you to 4.2. And I tell you what, that makes a big difference. Surprisingly, that makes a really big difference. When I get into the Model 3, they're so similar, but when I get into the Model 3, I'm like, oh my gosh, this thing really is lower.
Unlike the Model 3, Model Y seats sit on risers, giving you additional cargo space plus an unintended benefit.
Because I'm sitting a little higher now, and the car is higher, you don't see the hood as well. You actually see, like I don't see the hood at all really, and I almost just see road. So it's kind of an interesting thing where like the hood sort of disappeared. It wasn't very prevalent in the 3, but it's almost invisible in the Y, just because you have that little bit of height difference. You're sitting higher in the car, sitting higher in the chair. So that was kind of a pleasant, sort of side effect, because I feel more connected to the road in that regard.
So have you gone into the third row? Can you fit back in the third row?
I can actually fit back there, but I sort of hit my head. And one of the reasons that I decided to go ahead and do it is because I put my wife back there. Like you and her would fit back there without hitting your head. And at that point, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's tight, but I can easily get you down to the restaurant without you guys being uncomfortable. And that serves the job for me.
What's funny, and I'm going to be honest on here, is that we have ordered the new Model X, but I have gone back and forth so many times about canceling that reservation and just getting the Model Y. So many times. For me, I love the Falcon Wing doors, not because of the show, but because our garage is very narrow, it's easier to put the kids in and out with those.
Well, you're loading babies and you've got that protector, so that's pretty cool.
But I love the Y, and I feel like you get so much value for it. $40,000 like price difference is huge.
It's really big, and the thing is you don't. The thing is so this is your space right here.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what you would have maybe like on a regular basis.
Right.
Someone gets the back seat. They could come in through here if you don't want to have to lift the seat up all the time, or they could, come up through the seat. And then you can even pull that back
Can you
further.
Put the middle one down?
Yeah.
Like maybe back there? Okay. Oh yeah, like that.
So yeah, you can easily have 1, 2, and then
there's your hook, to hang your shirt.
Oh yeah, there you go. You would easily, I mean, if you left this down, then you have kind of like a separator between the kids a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm making this video to help other people decide what to do, and now I think I'm more confused on what I'm gonna do. So your 3 though is the performance 3.
Correct.
So your everyday driver right now is the Model Y.
That's correct.
And then your daughter, you've let her take over your performance 3.
Yeah, it's probably not the right thing to do, but at the same time, she's getting ready to go off to college, so I got the entry-level Model 3 for her originally, and that doesn't have as much distance. So this has more distance, plus it's all-wheel drive, so it's just a little bit safer. So at the time when they were selling these, they threw in the unlimited charging, so I thought, well, if she's going off to college, then she can charge anywhere she needs to, and I don't have to worry about gas bills and all this kind of thing. So anyway, I decided, and plus I love the car. I absolutely love the car. So it was really hard for me to part with it, even though, you can get top dollar for trades these days. I'm having a hard time getting rid of it. Even though performance is one of the things I love the very most about Tesla in general and electric cars, I sort of sacrificed a little bit of performance for the flexibility. That's me, not everybody's that way, but I love that option.
I was actually surprised to hear that from you. I thought that you were driving the Performance 3 because you would want the speed over this.
Ideally I would have gotten a Performance 7-seater, but Tesla didn't make that option. Yeah. So when push came to shove, especially with that little acceleration boost, that really made a pretty significant difference. I wish it was like $1,000, not $2,000, but overall it made a pretty big difference, and it felt, it was pretty much worth it to get that extra little zippiness. And my brother-in-law got it too, and he's like, yeah, it definitely makes a difference. So it's pretty darn cool that I could get that as a software upgrade.
So we have Matt's daughter Allie here, and you are a senior in high school, right?
Yes, I am.
So you are driving around in the Performance Model 3.
Yes.
She's lucky she gets the spare Tesla.
So do people come up to you a lot and ask you questions then about driving the Tesla, what it's like?
Yeah, they actually do. I've had a lot of conversations on what I like about it and all of that, and I've always had some pretty fun conversations with some of my friends about it too.
So did you want the Model 3 or did you want the Model Y?
Although I did not get a say, and I'm just kidding, but I love the Model 3. I do like the size, but to be quite honest, I love how big and spacious that the Model Y is. I really, really like that. They are both like incredible cars, and I really don't think you could go wrong with either one.
If money was no object and you just got to go buy something?
I would probably pick the Model Y, to be quite honest. I do like, again, about the space.
Just being able to put like more friends in the car.
Exactly.
Like being in a Tesla, you have like great safe cars.
Right.
So I'm sure that was a big factor for you.
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing is like I could have her in any car, but typical dad thing. It's like, you're going to have your daughter, you want them to be in the safest, your son or daughter, just in the safest possible car. So that factored in pretty big, and just sort of letting her use this car. So it's nice and safe. And how do you like the performance? You like the zippiness?
Next question.
So before I was able to get this car, I had the non-performance one, and I loved it. It was an amazing car. I loved the color. Everything about the car was amazing. But then getting to drive this one and then comparing it to the one that I had before, my God, there's like a huge difference. Like the acceleration is crazy. I'm obsessed with that. I definitely have fun freaking my friends out with that one.
Do you like it when I limit your speed limit on the freeway so that you can't go too fast?
It's not like it.
It is an option, though, so that's a good thing from a dad's point of view.
But yeah, no, I don't like that. But yeah, I mean, for a parent, I mean, I bet that's great because they can, moderate their kids' speed, which is awesome. So,
and on the app, you can like see what she's doing, where she's driving.
I know she's safe. I can see where she's going and how she's driving, and I can limit the speed, and so all of those things, make it, it's obviously kind of a high-end car, but at the same time, there's some fun trade-offs about the fact that she's, safe, and there's some control and all that kind of stuff.
Do you use the autopilot?
I do. The autopilot is amazing. I go up to my boyfriend's college every weekend, and I pretty much use autopilot for, I would definitely say, half of that. So that's really nice. Obviously, no sleeping time. Obviously, but like
so there you guys have it. This is kind of like the younger impressions of what they think about these two cars. If you're considering maybe getting one for your children, kind of take this into perspective.
Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this video, and remember to check out charitystars.com/KimJava to support a great cause while getting a chance to win a 2022 Performance Model Y plus $10,000 cash. Click the link in the description below and you'll automatically get 100 free entries applied to your donation.